stop taking it. It's an appetite suppressant, but then also there's the insulin element. If you fuck with insulin, you ask a lot of bodybuilders that are fucked with insulin and diabetics, and they go blind or lose a limb.
One location was turning over £40,000 profit a day from these weight loss injections in one location.
What?
No wonder small GPs are starting to sell them.
Why the fuck are you taking a synthetic drug to try and lose weight? The body already has the capability to lose weight. You just need to do it the way we have been designed to do it.
Thank you so much for stopping on the podcast. We really do appreciate you taking your time to spend some time with us. We have found that a lot of people who stop on the podcast aren't actually subscribed to us, and we really want to help the podcast grow to help more people's performance and well-being. Because at the end of the day, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people out there who need to hear the messages that our top experts are speaking about. So if you can simply leave us a subscribe, leave us a follow, or even just leave a like and a comment, it would really help us grow and really get the podcast out to more people.
So I came across this conversation the other day with a lady, and she took Manjaro. And I was just asking, like, what is it about Manjaro that you have found helpful for yourself? I was like open ears, because I've got some views about it. And she said that she was doing everything right. She laid out the entire procedure. She was getting her blood tests, getting her entire panel tested. She had tried everything before, the diet, the training, etc. And none of it worked. So she started taking Manjaro, and she lost weight, and she feels better in herself. And now she's microdosing on it. And I was like, so explain a little bit more about what it is that you're feeling when you're taking this drug. And she said she feels great. So on the surface, it sounds great, right? Because if someone's feeling great, you can't subjectively say, well, you don't feel great, do you?
No.
Because how do we know that? How do we know she doesn't feel great? Well, she was 66 kilos when she went on it. Size 12. Size 12, 66 kilos. She thought she was obese or overweight in this case. Not necessarily
do you know how
obese.
tall she is, out of curiosity?
I didn't ask that, but I can guess she's probably quite short.
Okay.
So she was probably, I'm just guessing, obviously I don't know the specifics. She was probably consuming less than 800 calories a day, I'd imagine. Because you're gonna lose weight on 800 calories a day. It's just thermodynamics. You're gonna lose weight. But what I couldn't get my head around was the fact that she said she tried everything. She tried fucking everything. Did she? Because if she did, she would have lost weight. And this is the thing. It's an appetite suppressant, number one, which is a large part of why people take it, because it means you eat less. Welcome. But then also there's the insulin element.
Yeah.
And obviously insulin being sensitive and controlled is obviously going to help you lose weight, because you're first of all, appetite suppressed from doing so. Also, it's going to help shuttle, the right nutrients into the right areas, take fat from cells, etc. What we don't want to do, however, is rely on it as a strategy. And she relied on it as a strategy to lose fat because she couldn't do it herself. She couldn't control insulin with food and nutrition and training, basically. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know why people do it, because now she's microdosing it for the rest of her life. She doesn't understand the long-term effects. I asked her, do you weight train? Have you been weight training on it? Have you been eating enough protein? She eats enough protein. She hasn't done any weight training. She said her arse has shrank.
Of course it has. Of course it has.
And I said to her, did you lose any muscle? And she was like, no. And I was like, but I lost my arse. But then you lost fucking muscle, didn't you? Let's face it. See, the problem is here, she is now going to be stuck in a cycle of only being able to lose fat on that drug. Mm-hmm. She's never going to have a normal life again unless she comes off it. She's going to never feel as good as she could do if she had more nutrients in her body. She'll get osteoporosis when she's older. She'll get all nutrient deficiencies and all the causes that you get from that. Hair loss, hormones not being optimized, so feel like shit, basically. Mm-hmm. Eventually it will happen. And if you fuck with insulin, you ask a lot of bodybuilders that are fucked with insulin and diabetics, and they go blind or lose a limb. Mm-hmm. But you think blindness is the issue. You lose a limb if you fuck with insulin. And I just think so many people are stuck in this. They're stuck in this, taking this drug thinking it's the fix. But it's not a fix. It doesn't fix the foundation. It doesn't fix you mentally. So you may get a benefit in the short term, but I promise you in 2-3 years time, you're going to have a much worse time. And I just want you just to stop taking it. Unless you're obese. If you're obese, lose weight quick, then come off it. Build foundations. It will fuck you.
I think one thing that people forget to avoid, I'm gonna come from a different sway of this. People do turn around and say they've tried everything. I don't know really where we define everything, because the industry is just full of juice cleanses and different kind of dietary solutions to things. Yeah, as you've specified there, the way you lose weight is calories. The way you change your composition is macros. The way that you get fitter is exercising. Like, that's fundamental of anything that you're going to do. When it comes down to the fact of people using weight loss jabs to try and lose weight, cool. It's going to help you get into a deficit. That's what we're looking for. Fantastic. You touched on a key point there of nutrient deficiencies, which everyone seems to forget. And it depends how long the courses are run, because courses can run for, am I right in saying, anywhere from 4 to about 16 weeks, and in some cases further than that.
I haven't got a clue. I've done my research on it, like to a level to understand why people do it. I don't have a fucking clue how long you're supposed to take it for. From my understanding, you're supposed to take it for the length of how much weight you want to lose. But honestly, it just sounds bad. I know people that have misused insulin and they've lost their arms and legs, etc. Why the fuck would you want to put that stress on your body? You've got to be so careful. And also, like I know it depends how you look at it, but I always take it back to the complete like natural version of yourself as a human being. Why the fuck are you taking a synthetic drug to try and lose weight? The body already has the capability to lose weight. Yeah, you just need to do it the way we have been designed to do it. That is burning fat over time. The problem is people want to burn fat quick, and they can't stand not burning it quick. They can't stand putting in this much effort and getting this result. And the people that actually do it this way, and they do burn fat slowly and they get the result, eventually it's the other way around. They can now maintain their bodies with very little effort, and you're the ones that are like jealous of them because you're thinking, well, how can I get that? You're not going to do it on Manjaro. You need to do it by strength training, eating protein, enough protein, nutrients in your diet. You need to build foundations. You can't rely on drugs for your whole life.
I think the key thing as well, actually, Luke, the guy we had on our podcast a little while ago, made a very clear post on this, and he spoke about the fact is, he was like, you can go on weight loss injections all you want. And look, I'm not here. If you are genuinely on them and losing weight and building habits, fantastic. I'm really proud of you. You know, you're doing good. The key thing that it doesn't cause people to avoid, it may make people lose weight in 12 weeks, but that's 12 weeks that they could have been building the habits for long-term health and longevity. And that's the key thing I think people forget. You still have to build the habits up. You will at some point need to do some form of resistance training, as you said about osteoporosis.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop osteoporosis, you losing weight. Yeah, it's probably going to help some
your
cardiovascular
blood panel might say you've got enough vitamins in your diet, but have you tested your bone density? Have you tested it over a period of time? I bet you haven't, because that tells a different picture. You know, you could have brittle bones at one point. Your bones could snap as you get older. Maybe years before you get older, they could snap. You could break a bone far easier than it should do. Why the fuck would you want that?
Do you know how much these drugs cost? Have you looked into the pricing of them?
My mum my mum's overweight. She's categorically obese. She was told that she has to pay 120 quid a month to get one.
Yeah. So it's 120, I think it's 120 up to like 180 with prices rising. Fun fact, very fun fact about this one. And this is why pharma companies do so well at the minute. They're one of the biggest contributors to profits as well. So when these weight loss drugs came out, in one location, I can't remember the location exactly, but it was a statistic. One location was turning over £40,000 profit a day from these weight loss injections. They have now since raised their prices due to demand, because they can get these out. They're now doing £60,000 per day in one location. Specifically, you think that across the whole of the UK, no wonder small GPs are starting to sell them. No wonder small private practices are starting to sell them. It is one of the most profitable ways at the minute. And why? Because we have crippling obesity in this country. Because as much as we can stand here... I mean,
that's an argument of capitalism.
Well, yeah, of course. People are monetizing a problem.
Yeah, and I'm a supporter of capitalism, but that is obviously one of the negative effects of it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Is that people try and make money out of fucking anything. They don't care about the actual health of people. They care about... Well, okay, they care about the health to some degree, but their way of doing it is fixing the problem, not fixing the root cause, which is obviously, actually, we were talking about this, Robert F. Kennedy. The guy son of John F. Kennedy, by the way. He's recently in America making its curriculum for doctors to learn nutrition at an advanced level.
Actual nutrition as well.
Finally.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. Like, doctors are supposed to be about your health. Why would nutrition not be part of your health? Like, medication is there to save you, and that's what it should be used for, to treat ailments. But you should always strive to fix the root cause as you're taking that medication. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck forever taking it.
One interesting thing that's just come to my mind as well, it's such a powerful quote that I remember hearing, is your personality becomes your personal reality. Or your personality becomes your personal reality.
You're butchering Joe Dispenza's quote.
I am. Yeah, but I saw that one basically on a podcast, and it was like, your personal reality is your personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? The right way around?
No, your personality becomes your personality.
Anyway, basically, people going on weight loss injections, the same thing applies. That even if we speak from an energy perspective, the energy that you're giving out is, I hate to say it, some people in a form of desperation. So you're going to get desperate energy back at you. And when you do finish that course of Manjaro, which, 1/3 of people who are taking Manjaro or any weight loss injection are putting the weight back on again. And there's been reports that, the problem is at the minute, everything's very clickbaity when it comes around weight loss. We don't have enough data. We won't have enough data for 5 to 10 years. So please, can no one sit there and be like, you're going to get cancer from this drug? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
There's already negative reports coming out already about blindness in a small percentage of people. It's very similar to the COVID vaccine, when people were taking the COVID vaccine and a small percentage of young people that weren't going to die from having COVID potentially, we don't know exactly, they were dying of heart attacks and blood clots from this vaccine. So, like, this drug, although it is saving lives, it's also potentially screwing some people up.
That's like with any drug, though.
Yeah, and mentally, it's messing up more people mentally than it is physically. Like, I've got a client, she trained her ass off, literally. Like, she trained her ass off so it got bigger. She got lean, she got a big booty, she got toned throughout her entire body. Her friends, I don't think they actually said anything about, like, how she looked, etc. But her friends then started going to the gym more because they saw her going to the gym. Next thing they know, they've lost loads of weight. She basically says to me, they've taken Manjaro to lose weight. They've got really skinny, but they've all lost their ass. And she was telling me that she felt bad because she's putting all this work in, paying all this money, all this sweat and whatever, and she had to work her ass off for it. But her friends can take this drug, lose lots of weight, and then get it like that with no actual effort, because
they've lost water and muscle.
Yeah,
like they've 75 to 80% of what they've just lost is water and muscle. Physically, compositionally, they are not going to be what we deem as healthy. Yeah, their body fat's going to be low, but their skeletal muscle mass is going to be in the bin.
But now that's affecting her, because now she's thinking, well, how's it fair that other people can do it? And then also on top of that, her friends do look like really skinny. Their asses have gone. They don't look the way they wanted to. I know other people that have done the same thing. They're taking Manjaro, lost loads of weight. They look super fucking skinny. They look ill. They look really ill. And then mentally, you ask them, what are you gonna do now? And it's like, I'm just gonna microdose it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go on and off it like a drug. It's like, no, it's the same equivalent of steroids. Like if you don't think Manjaro is equivalent to steroids on the impact mentally it has, then you're fucking mistaken, because people are gonna take Manjaro just like people take steroids to get big. And they come off steroids, they shrink again, and they're like, maybe I should go on another cycle. And then the cycle continues. So you've just created a problem for yourself. Like, people want quick fixes all the time. Can't just stick to the foundations, build foundations, like build your resilience over time, stack habits, do it the way we're designed to do it. Stop trying to find a shortcut all the time. Like, you're never going to make it. Sorry to interrupt this podcast. We've actually just launched a 50 high protein recipe guide for those of you that are struggling with getting your high protein recipes in. We know that you are struggling with time. We know that you're struggling with getting high protein foods in. So this guide is going to make your life easier. And the best thing is, it's completely free. You can get this by going onto the description on the link, or you can DM us directly on Instagram.
We have kind of come to a point with weight loss, and there are a lot of people, and I kind of commend some of my clients who haven't gone on weight loss injections. They've been struggling for so long to lose weight. you look at the habits that they've got in place. There is only so much that us as coaches can do. And I keep looking at the kind of CBT side of things. So trying to learn about their behaviors and where we can kind of intertwine and work things. But I'm not a professional in that field. And even professionals can turn around and say, look, you need to just start doing these things. And I hate to be that person, but sometimes you just need someone to say, if you want to lose weight, if you want to change your composition, you need to start going to the gym and training to build muscle mass. You need to start eating in a calorie deficit, but you don't have to be in a drastic one. People seem to think you need to be on, like you said, they're 800 calories. 800 calories.
It's fuck all.
It's so low.
But this is the thing, like people, well, this is another thing actually. A lot of people will say, I want to lose weight. I've lost this much weight. Blah, 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 blah. No one ever explains other progress that they've made. It's always weight. And it's like, oh, I've stuck at 62 kilo for the last 2 weeks. It's like, weight is nothing to do with progress. All right. It's one small measurement. You know, this is why I don't get people to weigh more than once every 2 weeks, because it's such a pointless measurement. Your weight can go up after having, 200 grams of carbs and go up by an entire kilo potentially from water gain. And then you could equally go to the toilet and then come out weighing 1 kilo less. It's that ridiculous. You go on Manjaro, you'll lose weight, you'll feel good about it, but you'll lose loads of muscle, you'll lose all of your shape, you'll look like Paula Radcliffe. No offense to her. Great marathon runner, by the way. But marathon runners, as you can tell, quite lean, skinny builds. That's what you're aiming for. That's not what you want in your head. You want more confidence. You want more tone. You want to have better shape. You're not going to get any of that on Manjaro. And also, let's look at this on a moral point as well. You're potentially, I'm saying potentially because obviously obese patients could find other ways to get this drug, but you're potentially taken away from them if you're someone that doesn't need it, and you're taking it away from someone that's obese that could need it to prevent themselves from dying.
To be honest, I don't think there's a stock issue right now. If there was a stock issue, I don't think it'd be rolling out as much. Well, at this point, there may be later down the line.
Supply and demand, man. If the price is going up, it means the supply is going down.
Yes and no. They might just be profiting from it, to be honest. But
supply is going down.
So from a kind of ethical perspective, I think a lot of people do struggle to understand how to build these habits in place, how to physically lose weight. And I think a lot of people just don't want to face a level of acceptance that what they're doing, like some people do need to eat at 1200 calories to lose weight. Sometimes that's just the case. It just happens.
800?
No, 1200.
I was going to say.
Some people do need to be on low calories. It's not forever. You don't need to do that forever, but you just need the right guidance.
You shouldn't be cutting for more than 3 months a year.
No, you shouldn't. Nobody needs to be on a diet.
9 months maintenance or bulk and 3 months cut at the very least.
Who wants to diet all year round?
Okay, actually, the only exception is Mark and people that are obese, because for them, they've got a lot of stored fat. That's energy. So in theory, they can get away with that. They'll still have some nutrient deficiencies because of it. But you've got to remember, someone that's 200 kilos, for example, they're eating 2,500 calories. They keep getting loads of nutrients from that. And they're still losing 10 kilos a month of weight and fat. So that's a lot of nutrients they're still getting in. And also weight loss is comparable to the size of the person. Because someone, as you just said there, someone who's 200 kilos will lose 10 kilos over the course of a month. They have the ability to do that. Someone who is 66 kilos... 1 kilo to them is like the 10 kilos to the other person, if that. And here's something: if you're that light, by the way, you shouldn't be focused on weight. It should be percentage. You should be looking at your percentage of weight loss and fat loss versus actual weight loss and fat loss, because percentage is a much better way of measuring it. Like you're so light in terms of body weight. Like if you're a grown adult, let's say you're a 25-year-old and you're eating 1,200 calories a day and you weigh 66 kilo, you are fucking doing it wrong, mate. You're doing it wrong. You need to be upping those calories, first of all, getting your metabolism stoked up, get in the gym, start building some muscle tone, muscle strength. You'll see your calorie burn go up. You'll be able to then go into a smaller deficit and still lose fat over time. And you just need to face the fact it's going to take a while. You can't do it quick. It's patience, isn't it? At the end of the day, look, it's taken, personally for me, I've done 10 years of training, 11 years of training, and only in the last 3 years have I really knuckled down and done it properly, because you make a lot of mistakes along the way. It's like business. You make a lot of mistakes on the way. It's like career. You make a lot of mistakes along the way, and you've just got to learn from those mistakes and actually enforce the things that are going on. I had a lovely conversation with my partner about journaling and how she never wanted to journal. Yeah.
But she's like, what do I do if I don't want to journal, but I know journaling's beneficial for me? The same thing for a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
If you need to lose weight, but you don't really like the fact of being in a deficit, what can you do to change the angle on it? So I was actually going to ask you the question. A lot of people would be sat there being like, okay, well, if we're saying weight is going to be one of those factors that we shouldn't measure as much, how can people assess their own body fat percentage at home when they're doing their own?
Well, look, body fat percentage is not something you can just weigh very easily. Like if you have a scale that can measure your body fat percentage, it's not super accurate. So it's not going to be necessarily the best way of doing it. I say the progress photo shows the biggest change that you could possibly see. It is subjective though. And if you're coming from a perspective where you don't like the look of yourself, you're probably not going to see the changes that a third party would be able to see. Like I could look at your photos and say there's a change, and you could say to me, no, there isn't a change at all, because you've got some perceived perspective about how you look. All right, so progress photos have their downfall as well, but measuring your body weight is always one. We want to see what's happening there anyway. Measuring every single part of your body with a tape measure. I'm talking shoulders, chest, arm, waist, hip, leg, quad, calf, etc. And then taking photos and making sure those photos are similar place, similar lighting, similar clothes. Changing your clothes is not going to help because it's only going to like restrict certain areas and make you look different. And then if you do happen to have a machine that measures body fat percentage, you can use that as well. Or if you are willing to put in the work and learn how to do body fat caliper testing at home, that can be very accurate as well. Or get a coach because they can do it for you that know what they're doing. If you have money, then obviously you can go for things like BodPod, you can go for the DEXA scan. But is that important? Is that needed? No. You really don't need that.
Not particularly. Just
you don't need that.
Do something consistently that's going to work for you. I mean, you spoke about weighing people every 2 weeks. That's kind of your personal mantra. Mine's I weigh people every day.
Do you know why?
Go on.
Why every 2 weeks?
What, for yourself?
Yeah.
Go on.
Because first of all, it doesn't build a good mental. What's the right word? Doesn't build a good mental relationship with your weight, having to measure it every single day. Seeing that number every single day and, I've eaten something and my weight's gone up. Cool, it educates you on it, but it doesn't make you feel good. Most people I've trained don't feel good when they do that.
See, this is where I disagree. Because I think over time, by weighing yourself every single day, you start to, as you say, I understand people can have negative feelings towards the scales. And if you are getting overweighted by the scales, then I just take them away. I go, look, they're going away for 2 weeks. Yeah. You don't need to see them for 2 weeks. I just want you to come in, we'll do some measurements, we'll do some photos. That's all I need to worry about. But if you start to build up a nice balance, I've had clients who turn around to me and say, actually, stepping on the scales isn't a bother for me now. Yeah. I step on the scales, I go, weight's gone up, probably ate too many carbs or ate a bit too much last night.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But you can train that over a 2 week weighing as well.
You can do it that way.
Daily.
You can.
And the benefit of 2 weeks as well is that you're not putting this pressure on someone to always like think about what their weight is all the time. They can focus on what they have to do. They come every 2 weeks. They get this snapshot. And because 2 weeks is this length of time where you see a significant change, especially doing the right things, then it actually shows the impact that they're having. You still have a trend. You can still do a monthly trend where every 2 weeks there's a monthly trend and you can see the changes. But it's just a nice way of like being like, it's not all about weight. Like you're trying to lose fat. It's not all about weight. Stop thinking about weight all the time. It's fucking pointless because people are so fixated on weight.
Yeah, of course. 100%. I think it comes down to the relationship they have with their own weight. Though.
It's a relationship with themselves. It's about themselves. People have a shit relationship with themselves.
Well, yeah, they do, 100%. Yeah. And I think there are ways of fixing it. I don't think, and I'm not saying it's avoidance, I just think it's look, they're different styles. I like doing it daily.
Different styles?
Yeah, because I like that's my personal way of doing it. I get really good results that way. You get good results doing it bi-weekly. But the key thing for people listening, I think it's just to understand there isn't a one-size-fits-all. You can do it every other day. You can do it once a week. You could do it once a month. You could do it every other week, like every 2 weeks. Whatever works for you that you can be consistent with. And I think that's the same story that you hear about anything that's exercise, activity, nutrition. And I think one thing I want people to take away from this podcast as well, I don't want it to be seen as like a rant at you. I want to gain understanding around these weight loss jabs and injections. Please, before you even contemplate going on them, try a whole month. Uber consistency, your training, you'll go into the gym, your diet and your deficit is on point. You are having to restrict yourself a bit. You cannot lose weight without restriction. I hate to say it.
You can't lose weight without feeling hungry.
No, You have to feel. People don't want to feel hungry anymore.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Anymore.
Anymore.
No one's ever wanted to feel
Hold on.
hungry.
It's because I think fitness influencers have all gone. Here's a meal that's going to keep you feeling full, like you're not on a deficit, and that's plagued the
It's
internet
because
for 10
hunger's
years.
uncomfortable.
It is.
You don't want to be uncomfortable. Like, no one wants to be uncomfortable.
No.
Like, even us, we don't want to be uncomfortable. If we work our arse off for 6 months, we get uncomfortable at some point, and we're like, right, let's have a break.
Well, when we did our photo shoots, I hated that. I hated that feeling, like that proper level of hunger that you have to kind of just go to bed hungry.
But it's part of it.
And the thing is, if you've been in negative habits for a long period of time, you are going to have to put the work in to undo them. If you've got yourself in that position where you've gained body fat, I've been there before, you've been there before, we have been in those positions. You have to suck it up. You have to turn around and say, I'm going to have to put some level of work in.
Discomfort builds resilience, and resilience is going to build confidence in yourself. So if you want to build confidence, you're not going to do it taking a drug. You're going to build confidence by actually doing something that's uncomfortable, and then keep doing it, and then you realize that you can do more and you can trust yourself to do more. And if you want confidence, don't take the drug for that specific reason, because it's not going to do shit for you. Yes, okay, it make you feel better because you lost weight, but that's not confidence. Confidence is completely different.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. But I think we'll round off that one there, to be honest. We've got some more exciting episodes to come out, guys. And again, if you have any questions surrounding Manjaro, any kind of weight loss jabs, or any kind of healthy habit questions, then please just send us a message.
Jab, jab.
And we'll go jab, jab.
Jab, jab.
Jab, jab. We'll catch you guys later.